A swale is a water harvesting ditch on contour with a soft contour mound on the lower side. It interrupts the water flow as it comes across the landscape and stops it on contour perfectly level, and the soft mound on the lower side soaks the water into the landscape and it plumes it through the landscape as a sponge very, very slowly. This is the essence of creating swales that harvest water in the most passive way and hold the water up for as long as possible, as high as possible, and create the most potential for productivity. The water that plumes down the hill from swale soakage continues to move at right angle to contour very slowly through the landscape. As you set more and more of these systems up, it's inevitable that eventually some of this water hits impervious layers that are almost horizontal, and where they meet the surface of the landscape profile, accumulated water starts to spring out in the middle to lower slopes. This is a way we actually recreate or invent completely new spring lines in the landscape, and that's another set of advantage that we can put swales to use for all sorts of extra water flows and productivity. So we're just looking at big eucalypts poking out of what probably was a rainforest once.
Yeah.
And we've got a garden setting and a possibility of, we've only got a road to capture in runoff, hard runoff. That'll be good because it's flash runoff. And they've got a possibility of pulling in extra runoff from the house, hardware, roof, tanks, garden. Mm-hmm. And it's just a matter of pegging it now to see how subtle we can get through with levels, because that's the one dam site of any size.
Over here. Yeah.
But until we peg through from there, if we just, it won't take, we've got a few of us to peg and everybody's learnt how to survey.
Yep.
If we peg through and it's possible to get a sight through that bit of bush into the next paddock, it would be ironic if this swale lined up with that other little dam potential.
On this side over here?
Yeah. So if the two were sort of wishbone together.
Right. Well, it could work.
But we won't know until we actually just do some pegging.
Yep.
And then there might be a scenario where you might want to just sort of clear a little bit of a corridor through, get a swell. The level sill, which is setting the overflow for all the earthworks, will overflow over that level sill, and it's accurately set to be 100 millimetres higher than the bottom of the catchment swale. So this swale will catch water back to the dam, and then it'll hold 100 mils of water, soak into the soft swale mound, up until that point where it goes over that level sill, which is 100 mil higher than the bottom of the swale. So that little feature makes this swale catch one way, back flood the other way, soak in and discharge. That's the piece de resistance on the whole thing. Actually, that's the thing that makes it all work. That's one of the tricks of level. It's just knowing how to understand those little, very fine leveling points.
Turn off your mind, relax and float downstream. It is not